the 1935 Pierce Arrow.
Pierce Arrow cars were the ultimate ride for US presidents, from William Howard Taft back in 1908 all the way up to Franklin and D Roosevelt in 1933. But it wasn't just presidents. Some of the most cool and famous people in history enjoyed these cars. Imagine Orville Wright, one of the guys who invented flying, cruising around in Pierce Arrow. We had movie stars like Ginger Rogers and Emperor Hirohito of Japan. Pierce Arrows were basically the celebrity must-have car of the time.
I think it's like one of the coolest cars in our collection.
Yeah. It was the beginning of styling changes that were happening at the time. Art Deco design, airflow smoothly across the car, and it looks spectacular. I mean, it just was a design change that carries on to this day. The prototypes were $10,000 a piece. By the time production came around, these were about $3,500, and at that time, $35,000 to $4,000 would buy a home in the cities. One of the things that they came up with was the hydraulic system to maintain zero valve lash. That quieted the engines down, it smoothed the engines down, they performed better, and improved mileage and performance of the engine.
Were they on the upper edge of power or lower edge? I don't...
Kind of medium.
Medium?
You know, they weren't super horsepower cars, but they were sufficient to push along everything you needed. You could cruise 70, 80 mile an hour with the car.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, that makes sense.
Back in the day, the roads weren't that great. So
okay,
they were doing pretty good. Dan?
Yeah.
This was the beginning of what you drive today.
I drive a 99 Land Cruiser.
Everything we have today did gain from this in the modern design, the efficiency, and so it all led into what we have today. Now your Land Cruiser may not be the most efficient of all of them.
It is not. When you're talking about fuel efficiency and you're thinking, how many miles per gallon you think this got?
Yeah, these were probably about 16 to 18 miles per gallon.
I think that's actually better than my car.
Yeah. But
making me feel that. Out of about 80,000 Pierce Arrows that were made, which was a lot for back then because a lot of manufacturers went defunct after just a few cars, there's still around 3,000 around, which is a 4% survival rate, which is pretty epic when you think about these cars being built nearly 100 years ago.
A lot of the old car designs, the fenders didn't come down like this.
Yeah.
And as the faster you went, it was like an aircraft wing would start to lift. And so when they brought the fenders down lower, they did away with that. These are mechanically operated shutters that open up as the engine gets warm.
So how often did we even see these set-in headlights in the 1930s?
Well, Pierce Arrow patented the headlights molded into the fenders. And it wasn't until 1936 that Ford was able to beat the patent and was able to put the headlights in the fenders on their 37 Fords. And then some of the other ones started doing it.
Yeah, was it like once they broke the patent, everyone was like, I'm just gonna get it?
Yeah, yeah.
Was there like a way they broke the patent, or what was it?
I think it expired.
Okay, sort of like Steamboat Willie from the same era almost.
Yeah. One of the things that was kind of bad on this car, a lot of people didn't like having this man's bare bottom facing him.
He's elegant though.
Yeah, but
I think it's kind of sexy. It's kind of sexy. It's a sexy car altogether.
And inside there's a lot of different new things in this car too.
Okay.
So, Dan, you can leave your cell phone home.
I don't want it though.
It's got a radio.
Ooh, what the?
Yeah.
How many stations are we getting on that bad boy?
I can't tell you how many we had at that time. Today we'd get a few, but AM only. We didn't have FM.
And what were we bumping? What were we bumping in the 30s?
Yeah, a lot of Al Jolson, big band stuff. We get those, but we don't get any rap music. Yeah.
No 21, no Drake?
No. And if you look in there, the speaker is between the sun visors. So Dan.
Yep.
Do you understand what was happening in the early days?
I think I get it. I mean, it definitely looks starkly different from anything else in our collection.
It does.
You know, it looks ultra modern. It looks different.
And you realize there's nothing new today.
So you're always telling me, and now I get it. The more I'm here, the more I get it.
We like to be able to show that everything we have today has really been done. We just find a different way to make it operate.
Yeah.
And it makes it kind of enjoyable when you understand where it comes from.
After seeing this car, when I think of the cars I see after 1933, 1935, and everything like that, they do get more flowy. They get more streamlined, more flow line. So it's cool to see where that starts. We've got tons of new stories coming out, tons of new cars, new fashion. Well, new old fashion, but we are excited to share it all with you. Tell us what you want to see. We are excited to hear from you, and we're excited to show you what we got going on. So join us on our journey. We'll see you soon.
And almost all of the stories that you'll hear are factual.
Almost.
Almost.